Welcome to Real Money Conversations, where we talk about the money situations entrepreneurs don't always say out loud. Today, we're going to talk about something that carries quite a lot of shame, being years behind on filing taxes in your business. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jennifer Kendall. I'm a CPA and a money mindset coach, and I work with women entrepreneurs who are capable, intelligent, and doing their very best, but sometimes find themselves in situations like this. So let's imagine we're sitting across from each other in a coffee shop. And you tell me, I incorporated a few years ago for a contract. I earn about $60,000 a year. I keep my invoices. I even saved 20%, but I haven't filed corporate taxes or HST, GST for about 3 years. The CRA hasn't contacted me yet, and I don't even know where to start. First, I would take a breath with you. Because what I see in that story isn't responsibility. What I see is overwhelm. Corporate filings feel complicated. GST, HST, it's confusing. And once you fall behind, every year that passes adds another layer of pressure. It gets heavier. It feels even more overwhelming. It gets louder and scarier in your head. And of course, your nervous system does what it does when it feels threatened. It avoids. Avoidance in this case, I don't see it as laziness. I see it as overloaded. So let's gently separate the facts from the fear. If you are incorporated and registered for HST GST, filings, they are required. There may be penalties and interests. And I say may, but let's be honest, there will be. And let's also be clear that CRA silence does not mean that the obligation has disappeared. But, and this is the important part, this is all fixable. Most tax situations can be cleaned up, especially when you choose to step forward voluntarily. And you don't need to solve everything today. You only need to take the first step. And that first step is not filing everything immediately. It's visibility. I would guide you to go home and gather the information. Confirm your incorporation date, confirm whether you've registered for HST or GST, pull your bank statements for each year, and gather your receipts. And roughly calculate the revenue that you've earned each year, not perfectly, just clearly. Clarity reduces panic. The numbers are almost always less terrifying than the stories we have in our head. Then, once you can see the landscape, you can call an accountant who works with small incorporated businesses and who handles cleanup filings regularly. You're not looking for someone who's going to judge you. You're looking for someone calm and experienced who has untangled this kind of thing before. There's lots of them out there because this happens quite regularly. You'd be surprised at how normal this is. And if you're in the Ontario area and you want some recommendations on an accountant who I know will treat you well, then please just reach out to me. I can recommend someone to you. Now, before you start spiraling into the I should have known better, I'm going to gently interrupt that. Let's look at the facts. In this particular case, you saved 20%. You kept the invoices. You're tired. This is not recklessness. This is someone who is overwhelmed by complexity. The business you went into is not accounting, it's not finance. So it's normal that it would feel big. But this complexity, it can be untangled. And this moment, as uncomfortable as it feels, it actually is a leadership moment. Because the second you chose to look at it, you moved from shame into responsibility and from avoidance into clarity. And clarity is always powerful. If this situation feels close to home for you and you're not sure how to take the first step without spiraling, I offer financial clarity sessions where we can map out your next move calmly and strategically. No panic, no judgment, just a clear path forward. Because you don't need to hide. I don't want you to hide. And you are far more capable of handling things than you think.